I think there was an attitude at the time was that, women weren't that bright and they couldn't be expected to do anything terribly complicated. And therefore, if you had someone in a relatively lowly position, my ladies are in the ATS, they would be doing practical things like secretarial work and answering telephones. And some of them would be, cooking and cleaning to sort of support sites. But whilst they're doing that, we've got eyes and ears. We see things, we hear things. And at that point, if you've then got somewhere that you can feed information on, say, for example, that the invasion did actually happen, what was anticipated was that the invading troops would start to use some of the British institutions, because you'd have your communications all set up there, you'd have your transport set up, so they would continue to use those facilities, and they might actually keep some of the lowly ATS staff in position because they knew how to operate things. And whilst they were there, they would be able to actually spy on the invading force, and if they had access to radio communications, they could actually feed that then back to operatives underground to let them know when sabotage would be, and what times and places, people might be moving.
Clever, it's quite really clever.
The actual, potential there is amazing.
How much was Churchill actually involved in this, in the idea of this? Do you know?
I think at the beginning of the war, he very much bought into the sort of chivalry that, women shouldn't be enacted.
Well, he was a Victorian, wasn't he?
He was very much so, yes, absolutely. And you can't blame them for the attitude of the time. I think his wife was particularly instrumental in changing his opinion. And also one of the commanders that I base Major Stapleton on very much was in the same social sphere, I believe, as Churchill, so that she did work on him in terms of the concept of bringing women into the special ops. There was a lot of resistance from the senior wartime officials, so it really did need to change. But I think Churchill could be quite a hard taskmaster, but once he saw the potential that the women could offer, I think he did get behind the scheme. Ultimately, we were in such a dire situation as a country, they were desperate to find ways that they could turn the tide in our favour.